Hello and welcome to your December 2024 monthly horoscope. I'm Tina from AstroTeena, your go-to source for life guidance through the ancient wisdom of Vedic astrology. Now, in today's video, before I begin, I normally get comments asking which system I use. I use the Vedic sidereal system, which reflects the actual positions of the planets and constellations in the sky. Unlike the Western astrology, which is based on the tropical zodiac, which is tied to the Earth's seasons. So Vedic astrology aligns with the sidereal zodiac, accounting for the precessions of the equinox. So this system ensures that our insights are rooted in the true cosmic framework. So my predictions are focused on your ascendant sign or your lagna. And for those of you who don't know your Vedic ascendant sign, it's very easy to find online for free. Just go to Google and type in free Vedic chart and type in your birth details. And for this, you do need your date, your time, and your place of birth. So for the month's horoscope, I explore the planetary movements that will impact your love life, your relationships, health, career, finance. I tell you days that you need to be careful, and I tell you days which are really good for money. So you get your money days and you get your honey days. I always begin by giving a quick overview of the month, and then I break it down by the calendar. So please take a screenshot of the calendar and use that as your guide for the month. So let's uncover how the celestial energies of the month of December will guide you through your life's journey. So December will definitely be a transformative month, bringing shifts in energies as Venus moves into Capricorn and Aquarius. The Sun traverses Sagittarius, and the key planets like Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu maintain their positions. The retrograde of Mars and Jupiter and Mercury emphasizes introspection, patience, and revisiting old decisions. Now, Venus starts in Capricorn on December 2nd, bringing a focus on practical relationships, commitments, grounded approaches to love and creativity. Now, by December 28th, Venus moves into Aquarius, sparking a desire for freedom, unconventional connections, and social interactions. Now, Sun in Sagittarius from December 15th marks a period of exploration, optimism, and philosophical growth. This transit encourages seeking truth and broadening your horizons. Now, Mars will be retrograde in Cancer from December 6th, intensifying emotional responses and urging careful handling of conflicts, especially within family dynamics. As it retrogrades, there's a need to manage inner frustrations and revisit past actions. Mars's transit to Gemini on January 20th, 2025 will ease this tension, ushering in commitment-driven efforts. Now, Jupiter remains retrograde in Taurus, which is urging reflection on material wealth, security, personal values. So it's a time for reassessing long-term goals related to finances and your stability. Now, Saturn in Aquarius keeps us focused on humanitarian efforts, innovation, and reform, but it may feel heavy with delays and restrictions due to the retrograde energies. Rahu is in Pisces and Ketu is in Virgo, which brings attention to spiritual growth and practical challenges, helping to balance dreamy aspirations with grounded approaches. So now let's look at each sign individually, beginning with the overview and then the calendar. Taurus, December 2024 monthly horoscope. For Taurus, December is a month of inner reflection and slow, steady progress. With Jupiter retrograde in your sign, you may feel a sense of delays, gratification, or the need to revisit past decisions. Venus, your ruling planet, starts the month in Capricorn, urging you to focus on practical matters and your commitments. So later, as Venus shifts into Aquarius on December 28th, you'll crave more freedom and innovation in your relationships. Career-wise, Saturn in Aquarius pushes you forward in your long-term goals. But with Mars retrograde in Cancer, communication issues may slow things down. Now, regarding love, Venus in Capricorn encourages stability and commitment in your love life, but it is also demanding as you are required to evaluate whether your relationships are supporting your long-term goals. By the time Venus enters Aquarius at the end of the month, you may feel a desire for more independence and space in your relationships. If you're single, you might be attracted to people who offer a new perspective or are different from your usual types. Now, Mars retrograde could bring emotional tension, especially in conversations with loved ones. So choose your words very carefully. Now, regarding family dynamics, that might be a bit tricky this month. Mars retrograde in Cancer could stir up unresolved emotions, leading to misunderstandings or unspoken tensions within your family. Now, Mercury retrograde until December 15th can add to this. So be mindful of how you communicate with your relatives. By mid-month, with the sun moving into Sagittarius, the atmosphere lightens, and you may find that there is more joy in spending time with your family. Now, regarding health, Jupiter retrograde in your sign suggests a period where you should focus on long-term health strategies rather than seeking quick fixes. So pay attention to your physical body. Grounding exercises like yoga or walking in nature can be beneficial. Mars's retrograde can impact emotional stress. So make time for relaxation and self-care, especially after December 6th. Around mid-month, you might feel more motivated to establish a steady health routine. Regarding your career, Saturn in Aquarius continues to challenge you professionally, pushing you to build a solid foundation for your future. However, by Jupiter retrograde, you may experience delays in career advancement. Mercury retrograde until December 15th also urges caution when making any major work-related decisions. After mid-month, when Mercury goes direct, things start to focus more on slowing down, and you might seek clarity on future career steps as well. Now, regarding finances, financial matters will require attention, especially with Jupiter retrograde in your sign. Avoid taking unnecessary risks or making impulsive investments. Now, Venus in Capricorn supports practical financial decisions early in the month, but by the end of December, Venus in Aquarius may inspire more creative approaches to managing your finances. So double check any agreements or contracts during Mercury retrograde, especially between November 26th and December 15th. So now let's look at the calendar for Taurus. So let's look at December 1st. This is a good day to have an emotional conversation with your partner or with your spouse. So emotional depth and intensity in partnerships will be seen on this day. So be prepared for a transformative conversation with your closed one. So it's a good day. So December 2nd and 3rd, this is where you might feel a bit stressed. So focus on shared resources are also focused here, exploring new financial ideas, especially with your spouse or your in-laws. And you may feel more adventurous about spending, but proceed with caution. Now moving on to December 4th and 5th. This is a solid time for career advancement and tackling responsibilities. Focus on your long-term plans. So this is a good time for you also to see that, your energies are also in sync with your father. If you have any long distance travels that you need to do, these are good days to plan for those as well. Now, moving on to the 6th and 7th. These are great days that you want to focus on your career, on your work, and also your social connections and networking opportunities. Innovation and thinking outside the box will help you to resolve any current challenges at your workplace. And you'll see that you're getting more credit for the work that you're doing on the 6th and the 7th. Now, December 8th and 9th and 10th, this is where, you might want to go out and socialize. You might want to spend time with your friends. You might want to, food, friends, and feast. So have a good time, network, and just relax. And this is also a good time if you are looking to further invest. If you're in the stock market, if you're into the markets, this is also a good time to maybe further invest. You'll see that this is where you'll take the right steps in that area of your life. So now moving on to the 11th and the 12th. This is a time where you want to keep your decisions pending. If you have any expenses coming up, they could be unexpected expenses. So be a little bit mindful of that. And your energies might be a little bit low on these days, 11th and the 12th. You might feel a little bit isolated, and also be mindful of your energy. Like you might just feel a little bit lonely and down on these days. Now, moving on to the 13th and the 14th. These are days that you want to focus on yourself. You want to feel rejuvenated, and you'll also feel grounded, and you'll also be more in tuned with yourself. So focus on self-care and personal indulgence on these days. It's a good time to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Now, moving on to the 15th and 16th. These are great days for you. These are great money days for you. You'll also see that you could benefit from your spouse, your in-laws. If you need to borrow money, you'll see if you're in a jam, they will help you out through money as well. So if you need to ask, these are great days. The money flow will come in easily on these days. If you're in the markets, these are great days to take profit. So the 15th and 16th. If you've lent out money to somebody and need it back, these are great days to ask for it back, because it'll easily come back to you. So another thing you want to do is focus on your communication and connecting with your siblings, your neighbors, and your local community as well. What I would suggest is be a little bit mindful of your speech, though. You might just get into an argument with words that you say this month. So be a little bit mindful, be a little bit more gentle with your words. Now moving on to the 17th and 18th. These are great days for you to spend with your siblings, to enjoy family time with them. Emotions may run high around family matters, though, so be mindful of how you express your feelings to avoid any misunderstandings. Again, communication is a big thing this month, okay? So be really mindful of that. It could lead to a lot of misunderstandings within the household, and even with your friends and family. Now moving on to 19th, 20th, and 21st. These are great days for you where you feel happy at home. You're feeling at peace with yourself, with your surroundings. You're feeling very relaxed. The energies at home are very supportive. And the energies with your mother are also very in sync on these days. If you need any support from her, she'll readily be very supportive to you on these days. And if you're looking for any comfort, it'll definitely be coming to you on these days. Now moving on to the 22nd and the 23rd. These are days where you want to be really focused on learning something new. Your focus will really be sharp on these days, and you'll also be easily able to pick up any new information. So now if you're into the stock market, or if you're into those types of things and you're learning new strategies, or like some information will just click and you'll finally just get it. So these are great days for that. So the 22nd and the 23rd. Now, if you're single, these are also great days. If you want to go out on a date, you'll feel more romantic on these days. Your creativity will definitely be on a high. Now, for those of you who have kids, this is also a month where you might be a little bit worried about your kids. It might have to do with their studies. It might have to do with their health, but they'll definitely be on your mind this month. Now moving on to December 24th, 25th, and 26th. This is where you want to be a little bit mindful of your health, your energies. You might be irritable on these days, and also be careful with your speech on these days. So you could easily get into an argument on these days with someone, because your energies and the energies around you are not very supportive on these days. If you have any decisions that need to be made, I would postpone them. If you have any court dates that need to be attended on, I would definitely not do anything important on these days. The energies just are not favorable. So change them to a more favorable day. Most of the days during this month are pretty favorable. So 24th, 25th, and 26th, definitely, not good days. Be mindful of your health. Be mindful of expenses. Be mindful of your decisions on these days. So now the 27th and the 28th, these are really nice days, especially if you're married. These are days where your energy with your spouse will be in sync. You'll get along. You'll be in a more romantic mood. If you're in a business partnership, this is also a time where you'll see eye to eye with your partner. You'll easily be able to communicate with them your ideas and your long-term views on business as well. And if you're in sales, this is where you should do really well on sales as well. Now, moving on to the 29th and the 30th, these 2 days are a bit stressful. You can also have some stress with family as well. So these are also days where the energy's they're not at their best. Now moving on to the 31st, these are days that you want to focus on the end of the year. This is where you're focusing on practical goals and on long-term plans. You want to reflect on your achievements and also set realistic intentions for the future as you're planning for 2025. So December is a great month for Taurus. You'll see great benefits this month, especially from your spouse, your in-laws. You'll see that they're very easily willing to help you out during this month. You should see some benefit from them. So Taurus, December is looking to be a great month, with 15th and 16th being your money days, and your honey days are great on the 1st, 22nd, 23rd, 27th, and the 28th, which are great days for romance. Now, the favorable days for you are 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. The 11th, 12th, 15th, 16th, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, and 30th. Those are favorable days. So that's a good many days. So December is a good month. Now, the unfavorable days are the 2nd, 3rd, 11th, 12th, 24th, 25th, 26th, 29th, and 30th. You want to be mindful on these days, okay, regarding your health, regarding any decisions you make on these days. And if you have any dates that you need to attend, any important dates, I would postpone it and not do it on these days. If you are, be mindful of your energies on these days, not just your energies, but the energies around you. So you could easily get into disputes with people on these days as well. So I would recommend that you be a little bit careful for your health, decisions, and expenses on these days as well. So there you go, Taurus. That was December 2024. I hope you make the best of every opportunity and blessing that comes your way as you plan for the coming year 2025. If you've enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, as your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you for being with me today.